Dear students, let us consider what is isochoric process. A process in which volume is constant. That is called isochoric process. A process in which volume of the system held constant is called isochoric process. Now, let us find the work done. Since V is constant, it means what? There is no change in volume. So here work done becomes 0. Now first law of thermodynamics. According to first law of thermodynamics, delta Q is equal to delta U plus delta W. Now delta W work done 0. So the heat supplied is utilized entirely to change the internal energy of the system. So from this what we understand, the heat absorbed by the gas goes entirely to change its internal energy. Internal energy changes means automatically its temperature changes to change its temperature. To change its temperature. So the heat absorbed by the gas is utilized entirely to change its internal energy or to change its temperature. Now, you know how CV is defined. Specific heat capacity of gas at constant volume. Because isochoric process means process which occurs at a constant volume. That's why we are choosing specific heat capacity of gas also at constant volume, that is CV. And previously we have shown CV is equal to delta U by delta T, or delta T is equal to CV. So now, but delta U equal to delta Q. It means what? Change in temperature depends on two things: heat supplied and CV value of the gas. Let me write here. Change in temperature of the gas depends on number 1, heat supplied, and number 2, CV value of given gas. Now let us consider isobaric process. A process in which pressure is constant throughout is called isobaric process. Now, work done. Expression for work done. Integrating on both sides. W is equal to total work done. Change in volume means V2 minus V1. Now, ideal gas equation. PV is equal to mu RT. Pressure is constant. At constant pressure, increase of temperature causes increase of volume. See, at constant pressure, if you increase the temperature, volume increases. So, if the temperature is increased by delta T, the volume will increase by delta V. Now, the above equation can be written as P, it is constant, delta V, delta T. Or P into V2 minus V1 is equal to mu R T2 minus T1. Substituting 2 in 1, we get work done is equal to mu R T2 minus T1. So there is change in temperature means there is change in internal energy also. Now, first law of thermodynamics. So, out of the energy supplied, some of the amount is utilized to increase its internal energy and the remaining is used to do work. Now, this increase in temperature depends on what? Just like here, change in temperature of the gas depends on delta Q and Cv value. Here, on which the temperature depends. So the isobaric process is at a constant volume, therefore change in temperature depends upon Cv value, and this isobaric process is at a constant pressure, therefore here change in temperature depends upon Cp value. Suppose a body of mass m is on the ground. What is its potential energy? M, G, height 0. Now, if it is lifted by height h, here the potential energy is mg H. So now in lifting the body through some height, what is the change in its internal energy? This is the change in internal energy. Now you leave the body there, it will fall down and come back. Now U1 is mgh. Now it falls down. U2 0. So change in potential energy. U2 minus U1. 0 minus mgh. Minus mgh. See, the body started on the ground, traveled to some height, and again came back. So this is a cyclic process. So in cyclic process, change in potential energy, here plus mgh, here minus mgh. Zero. So in cyclic process, so this is mechanical potential energy. Just to understand, we considered this example. So in cyclic process, see, the body was lifted through some height. Afterwards, it was left there. It dropped and came back to its original place. So this is one cyclic process. So when it was moved upwards, the change in potential energy was plus mgh. When it was dropped, the change in potential energy was minus mgh. So in cyclic process, the net potential energy is plus mgh minus mgh, 0. So in cyclic process, there is no change in potential energy. Just like that, now in thermodynamics also, we can choose one example. For example, let us consider adiabatic expansion. So the gas itself expands and pushes the piston to right hand side. In adiabatic process, there is no exchange of heat energy between system and surroundings. Okay. Now, in expansion means its volume increased. So the gas only expanded itself. So by expanding, it pushed the piston to right hand side. So the gas did work on the piston. Work is done by the gas. Therefore, the work done is positive. The work done is positive. Now, first law of thermodynamics. No, this is 0, adiabatic process. So from this we get delta U is equal to minus delta W. Now, so this is the adiabatic expansion. Now what shall we do? We should bring the piston to its initial position. For that purpose, what you should do? You should push the piston to left hand side. So if you push the piston to left hand side, it comes back to its original state. So if you push like this, the gas is compressed. This is called as adiabatic compression. Adiabatic compression. Again, first law of thermodynamics. So here, there is no exchange of heat energy between system and surroundings. Therefore, this is 0. Now, so here, work is done by the gas. In adiabatic expansion, work is done by the gas, and therefore the work is positive. If work is positive, if this is positive, minus into plus minus, so delta U is negative. Okay. Now here adiabatic compression. So in compression, let me write delta U is equal to minus delta W. Here work is done on the system by us in adiabatic compression. So work is done on the system, therefore it is negative. So on the system, therefore work done is negative. Work done according to sign convention. If work is done on the system, then the work done is negative. Now delta U is equal to minus. So the work done is negative. Minus of minus plus. That means internal energy is increases. Here internal energy decreases. Minus means decreases. Here positive means internal energy increases. Now it reached its original state. So this is one cyclic process. In adiabatic expansion, the piston moved from here to here. In adiabatic compression, the piston brought to its original place by compressing. So this is one cyclic process. In adiabatic expansion, there is decrease in internal energy. In adiabatic compression, there is increase in internal energy. So in one cyclic process, what is the result? Here minus delta U, here plus delta U. So the result is 0. In cyclic process, plus delta U minus delta U is equal to 0. So there is no change in internal energy. In cyclic process, there is no change in internal energy. I should write here. Conclusion. In cyclic process, there is no change in its internal energy. Very, very important, remember this. In cyclic process, there is no change in its internal energy. If there is no, in cyclic process, if there is no change in internal energy, this becomes 0. So the entire heat energy supplied is utilized to do work.